This is Brian Murray. I want to welcome you to another episode of Doc Bry, the Physics Guy. If you've ever watched any Star Trek, then you know that Mr Spock is from the planet Vulcan and is a Vulcan. I always liked him because he was just so smart, and I wonder what he would have made of our dark matter conundrum. Dark matter has been used to explain things on a galactic scale for the last 40 or so years, and it's pretty successful. It was dreamed up almost 90 years ago, but for the first 50 it was considered a stupid idea. But as more data came through, it began to gain legs, and it's now favoured by a fair number of cosmologists and astrophysicists. A friend of mine who used to work in the cosmology business tells me that the difference between a cosmologist and an astrophysicist is this: cosmology is a subfield of astrophysics. Cosmology is concerned with large scale and the universe as a whole, whereas your astrophysicist also takes a look at things like galaxies, stars, planets, and all the bits in between. That's a very rough explanation of the difference between the two. Let's get back to dark matter. It's pretty good at explaining things like the motion of individual galaxies, how galaxies interact, and to be fair, a fair amount more. But there's a bit of an elephant in the room, and for me, it's a whopper. See, my cosmology mate tells me that the astrophysicists are not really concerned that it's not yet been possible to find a single particle of dark matter, despite over 40 years of looking. If people can't find a needle in the haystack, it doesn't mean there's no haystack or no needle. They just need to push on through, which I suppose is fair enough. Years ago, in the 19th century, it was realised that the planet Mercury didn't orbit in the way it was expected to, based on Newtonian gravity. And everyone figured that there must be another planet out there. I mean, what else could it be? And it was even given a name. It was called Vulcan. And some people even claimed to have found it. And eventually, after about 70 years of this, Einstein came up with his theory of gravity, the theory of general relativity. The theory explained the orbit of Mercury without the need for another planet, and the search for Vulcan gradually petered out. Now, I say gradually because not everyone jumped on board immediately. Not everybody believed the theory, and he continued to look for the planet for a number of years after Einstein's idea was published. See, dark matter is an attempt to solve a very real problem. Einstein's theory of general relativity cannot explain what we see unless we tweak it, and that tweak is dark matter, and it does a good job. And I can understand why a lot of cosmologists and a lot of astrophysics guys are really into it. But what if Einstein, like Newton, is wrong under certain conditions? Then it may be that dark matter is nothing more than the 21st century version of the planet Vulcan. But does that seem likely? I mean, who knows for sure? With so many smart people looking for it for so long, don't you think we would have found it by now if it exists? So what should we do? Should we call it a day and look for another theory of gravity, another explanation? Or soldier on in the hope that the discovery is just around the next corner? I think we have no choice but to do both, and we are. I mean, there's alternative theories out there, and for some things, they're even better than dark matter. But on other observations, they fall flat. So at the moment, the favoured solution is still dark matter. I mean, let's be honest, it would be marvellous if we discovered a dark matter particle, or particles, because this would lead to a greater understanding of the universe. And it'd also mean that Einstein might still be right. Not only that, but a whole lot of dark matter experts would breathe a sigh of relief, especially that they haven't wasted the last 40 years chasing ghosts. But as I've said in the past, nature doesn't really care what we would like or hope. It does its own thing, and if we're wrong, then no amount of papers or repetition of ideas or claims from experts will make one iota of difference. Only time will tell, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to help solve the mystery. This is Doc Bry, the Physics Guy. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Bry, the Physics Guy. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, can you share it with your friends, your fellow students, and anyone you think might be interested? That'd be great, and you'd be doing me a massive favour. Subscribe now so that you don't miss out on the latest episodes and news, and check out my website right now at drbry.com. That's drbry.com. And for a limited time, I'm giving away the first part of my 7 ingredients course. It's absolutely free. There's almost 40 minutes of free video explaining the course and why you have what it takes to do physics and how it can change your life forever. And there's also a free download that you can keep. All the details are on my website. I'm also on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook, and all the details are there on drbry.com, drbry.com. I look forward to seeing you soon.